When you hear names like BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, or Audi, what comes to mind? Probably precision, right? Quality, pure performance. Germany is absolutely world famous for its incredible automotive engineering. But today, we're not talking about your neighbor's daily driver. Oh no, we are looking at absolute legends. We're talking about the German machines that didn't just make automotive history, they completely rewrote the rules. These are the extraordinary million-dollar masterpieces that push the boundaries of what a vehicle can actually be. It really begs the question, what makes a piece of German engineering worth more than a sprawling luxury mansion? Or, as we'll see a bit later in this explainer, literally more than an entire country's military budget? Well, we're going to break it all down. We're contrasting everyday cars with these staggering investments, diving deep into the technical breakthroughs, the deep racing heritage, and the pure, uncompromising design that somehow justifies these massive price tags. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Okay, let's dive into this. Starting off our countdown at number 5, the hybrid hypercar revolution, the Porsche 918 Spyder. When the Porsche 918 Spyder launched, it was a profound technological leap forward. Today, if you want a good used example, it's going to run you well over $1.5 million. Now, a huge part of what drives that staggering cost is extreme rarity, because Porsche built exactly 918 units of this car. But honestly, it's what's underneath the bodywork that makes this thing truly legendary. Picture this. You've got a hybrid, hypercar power plant producing a massive 887 combined horsepower. On one hand, you have everyday utility. You could literally run this hypercar on electric-only power, silently and cleanly cruising through downtown German cities. But then, the absolute second you hit the track and engage that dual power system, you are blasting from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a mind-bending 2.5 seconds. It's a brilliantly simple engineering innovation. You combine an electric motor's instant torque with a screaming combustion engine to get ultimate performance. So the crucial takeaway here is captured perfectly in this quote. It proved that hybrid technology didn't have to be boring. Before the 918, hybrids were pretty much known strictly for fuel economy, right? Like saving gas on your commute. But this specific engineering breakthrough fundamentally shaped future automotive production standards. Porsche proved you could use battery power to go devastatingly fast, setting the blueprint for every modern performance hybrid out there. Now, what's really interesting about this next one? Number 4, Le Mans on the street, the Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR. Also, sitting right around that $1.5 million mark, the CLK GTR is a completely different beast. See, this is not a road car that someone adapted for the track. No, this is essentially a Le Mans race car that Mercedes modified strictly so it could be legally driven on the street. They only ever built 26 of these road cars. Every single one originated on the FIA GT circuit, which is the absolute highest level of international sports car racing. And because of those aggressive racing routes, the track directly dictated the engineering choices here. That's why it features a massive, mid-mounted, 6.9-liter V12 engine pumping out 604 horsepower. By putting the engine right in the middle, the engineers gave it the perfect balance you absolutely need for high-speed cornering during intense competition. You know, there's a sheer irony to the CLK GTR. Think about your typical Mercedes brand identity. It's comfortable, it's quiet, luxurious. And then you have the GTR. It sits so incredibly low to the ground that getting inside actually requires a specific technique. It's raw, it's incredibly loud, and completely uncompromising. It is literally everything a Mercedes is not supposed to be, which honestly is exactly what makes it an absolute automotive treasure. Moving right along to number 3, the ultimate driver's farewell, the Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren Sterling Moss Edition. Valued at a cool $1.2 million, this machine is incredibly rare. It was built as the ultimate farewell to the legendary SLR collaboration between Mercedes and McLaren. Just 75 of these exist in the entire world. This car was specifically built to honor the legendary British racing driver, Sterling Moss. To capture the raw, visceral spirit of his classic race cars, the engineers made a really bold choice. No roof, and absolutely no windshield. Driving this car exposes you directly to its 641 horsepower of pure supercharged V8 madness. In fact, because there is literally no glass protecting you from the wind, you have to wear a full-face helmet just to drive it. It requires a complete disregard for your own comfort, forcing you to connect with the road. It is a true driver's car, honoring a true racing icon. All right, shifting gears to number 2, breaking the 300-mile-per-hour barrier, the Bugatti Chiron Supersport 300 Plus. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Wait a minute, isn't Bugatti French? Well, yes, technically Bugatti is a French brand. But as a subsidiary of the Volkswagen Group, all the staggering, mind-bending engineering that makes this car actually work is proudly German. And believe me, the engineering absolutely had to be German to achieve this specific number, 304.77 miles per hour. The Chiron Supersport 300 Plus became the very first production car in history to shatter the 300-mile-per-hour barrier. Just think about the sheer physics and the pure violence of moving a massive metal object through the air at over 300 miles per hour. To stop the car from literally disintegrating or flying off the road, the German engineering team had to make some very serious technical innovations. First, they totally redesigned the body so it could slice through the air with far less drag. Second, they had to drastically strengthen the tires just to survive the extreme heat and friction of those speeds. And third, they stretched the entire frame of the car to keep it stable while flying at jet-like speeds. They only built 30 of these physics-defying marvels. Okay, we have reached the grand finale. Number 1, the most valuable car, the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe. Let's travel back to 1955. That's when the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe was built. Only 2, yes, just 2, of these magnificent vehicles exist in the entire world. For decades, they were hidden away, locked safely inside Mercedes' own private museum, almost treated like mythical artifacts. But then, in May of 2022, history was made. One of them was actually sold at a highly exclusive private Mercedes auction in Stuttgart. The winning bid, you might want to sit down for this, $143 million. I literally have to say that again, $143 million. The buyer's identity has never been officially confirmed, but this anonymous individual secured what might just be the single most unparalleled piece of automotive history ever. Just to put that absolutely staggering valuation into perspective, this single car costs more than some countries' entire military budgets. It is the ultimate testament to the fact that German engineering doesn't just manufacture cars, they engineer absolute legends. From the hybrid future of the Porsche 918 all the way to a $143 million museum piece. These are quite literally the most extraordinary machines in automotive history. So, that leaves us with a massive question. Out of all these incredible pieces of engineering, which German car is your absolute favorite? Do you prefer the track-focused, unapologetic madness of the CLK GTR, the deep history of the Uhlenhaut, or maybe the mind-bending 300-mile-per-hour Bugatti? Let me know. It's been an absolute blast taking you through this explainer today, but make sure to stick around because our next dive is going to look deep into Japan's most expensive and rarest cars. You are not going to want to miss it. See you there.